Hello everyone, welcome back to the Catholic Gamer Dude Plays FTL. Wow, that was a bit of a disappointing run, huh? I mean, we went really far, but then we came so close to beating that rebel flagship. Alas, what can you do? Actually, you know, it's funny because ever since I made those recordings, which was about 2 weeks ago, I have beaten the game 3 or 4 times. So, the good news is, I know what to do. Bad news is, you guys didn't get to see it. We'll go into the screen here. I actually beat the game with this layout, as well as layout B, and the Taurus, which is the NG Cruiser. So I've gotten a better feel for how you're supposed to do this. But we started out with a crew like this, and that's what we're gonna do. So, DCG, dude. So we're gonna go ahead and customize, and then accept and rename, and then anime reviewer, accept. Speaking of anime reviewer and the boy, I do hope to finally put together a collab effort later this week, mostly because I'll be in training, so I won't have the opportunity to do, still won't have the opportunity to do my normal Friday feature, so hopefully y'all be a little patient with that. What are we gonna do this name first, SS Hopeful. So yeah, so I've been in training all last week and all this week. It's excellent training. I've been really impressed with it. However, my brain is still slag. When you have 8 hours of information coming at you day after day, eventually your brain stops working. And so that's why I haven't been able, even if I had the time, I haven't had the mental energy to, to actually put together those Friday features. So that's why Prison Architect went out, and that was a pretty awful movie, I'll admit it. But at the same time, awful movie, awful video, compared to some of my other work. But I am thinking about putting together a Prison Architect playthrough, maybe after this. So that would be something. Let me know what you guys think. Anyways, let's get started. Alright, we know what the drill is. The boy is on weapons and my reviewers on the engines. Good. That way I can just recognize them by their names. So, evaluations about the last run. That pretty much went the way we want to, except that we didn't really have enough missiles for a vital component. No signs of life detected. Actually, let's power up everything here. Power down the medibay, power up the engines. And so, yeah. But that was a pretty decent ship. In fact, I actually had 3 burst laser Mark IIs and a bomb weapon of some kind. I forget what it was. I think it was a breach 2. Oh, and here we are, right in the asteroid field right off the bat. Pirate ship. One other thing that I learned, actually, we're gonna try and take this guy out as quickly as possible. Actually, you know what? It doesn't matter. Here's some things that I'm learning. I'm finally recognizing the weapons. This is a Blaster Mark I, and this is a bomb weapon. So, we really don't need to force the issue of trying to take it out. In fact, if we just hit their shield systems, we should be alright. Alright. So you're taking that offline. We're gonna hit their weapons. Actually, thank you. I was hoping to take out the bomb weapon rather than the laser, but, you know, what can you do? Actually, you know what? We're gonna take that out right now. Ion weapons, taking out our oxygen. That doesn't matter all that much. Accept our offer, 3 of 8, 1 fuel. We will not accept surrender. You're going down, yo. So, what was I saying? Boom. 2 missiles, 1 drone, 13 scrap. So, what I realized is that for the first sector, this Burst Laser Mark III actually does a pretty good job against 1 shielded systems. So, we really don't need to take a lot, you know, use our missiles at least until we get to Sector 2. Bribe the pirate, try to be a hero, attack the pirate. We're gonna attack a pirate. They have a missile launcher system. What do we want to do? Do we want to take that offline as quickly as possible? This is the only other really kind of trade-off that I can really think of, is that we really want to get these missile launchers offline. We can take a pot shot from a heavy laser, but these missiles will just wreck you no matter how large your shields are. Combat drone Mark 1. That's actually a pretty good offer. I'm gonna go ahead and take it. Ouch! Unfortunately, they shut off that missile before they had a chance to surrender, so that didn't work out too well. But here we are just busying ourselves in this first sector. Take out as much stuff as possible. You try to stay low in those spots. You power up the weapons. I wouldn't want to stay low. I want to take these guys out as quickly as possible. I'm going to fire one more missile. Try and take out this missile launcher because, again, we want to take that offline as quickly as possible. So what are our goals for this sector? The first sector is a shield. Ouch. To get to a level 2 shield, again, that's actually still the ideal strategy. And it looks like we're all on our way to doing it. We're at a current scrap total of 45. So that shouldn't prove to be too difficult. In fact, I'm going to turn on auto fire right now. Auto fire can get you into a lot of trouble, as we've seen countless times before. But for the first sector... Oh, I didn't even realize. Oh, it's powering up the FTL drive. I'm going to put a stop to that. Fire off one more missile. Oops. Okay, missile, and let's... No. Let's take out their engines. They're trying to power up their FTL. We're going to put a stop to that. Oh, goodness. They're still firing their missile launcher. I didn't even realize that. I'm going to take that offline. Got him. That was a waste of a missile. Oh, well. 2 fuel, 1 drone part, 19 scrap. So far, so good. Power to the next system. A couple of other things I learned is kind of when to get a feel for explore the asteroid field. Too dangerous. We'll just wait for the... let's explore. Get 5 fuel. Awesome. Distress. Store. The other thing that I've learned is that when to, defer decision, when to, or sorry, not defer decisions, but when to kind of mess around with your upgrade path. And so firebomb is a heavy ion, shield charge booster, recharge booster. Not too crazy about any of these things. We got 17 fuel and 14 scrap, so we don't need to buy any of this stuff. We can sell, however, the combat drone. I'm not going to use that for this run. I will get myself a drone control eventually. Defense drone Mark 1. Oh, that's exactly what we want, but we really don't. Do we really need it right now? We don't. No, we don't need it right now. We actually do want, this is exactly the kind of deal that we're looking for, drone control with a defense drone Mark 1. We need that. That was one thing that we did have, but I didn't utilize properly on the last run. I'm going to fix up our hull just a little bit. But I think for right now, that firebomb's really tempting, though. It's a required power of 2. We'll come back. Not come back to that store, but we'll go ahead and try to pull that later. Sending you help. Human unknown disease. Nope, we're gonna lose crew if we do that. Head back to the store. Let's see what the store has got. Shield charge. Basically, what I'm looking for here is a scrap recovery arm, which they do not have, and that's a combat drone. Don't need any of that stuff really, so we're just gonna kind of move on, and we'll actually do this here, and then maybe here if we have time. I really should heal myself, but that will have to wait. Time to download the data stores. Oh, no attack. Interesting. 2 missiles, 1 drone, 8 scrap. Cool. Got all kinds of stuff here going on. We'll go here. Attack the pirate. Alright, so that's a burst laser Mark II. We want to take that down ASAP. I'm sorry, these are burst lasers Mark I, but there are 2 of them. So we definitely want to get this down as quickly as possible. But we don't want to use any of our missiles if we can help it. There we go. You can risk a little damage at times if necessary, and since there's only one, since they can only fire 1 burst, if they even get one of their weapons back up, that's cool. We're not too interested. Again, we're not too worried at the moment. But we do want to take that down. So that... Actually... oh well. They're trying to escape. 4 fuel, 1 drone, 8 scrap. Ignore the pirates. Offer, attack. We're gonna finish these guys off. At the moment, we really want scrap. And if we have to pull that from the carcass of their ship, well, that's a price that I'm willing to have them pay. Probably not the most ethical approach. 15 scrap. Download which can to ship map. Alright. Here. Actually, it'll pretty much... you know what? We can visit this here. and then come back up, and then I think we can pull that off. Here's hoping. Reject their offer, quote unquote. Gonna fire off against their weapon system. That is a Mark II. We probably want to take that down now. As a burst laser Mark I. So take down their shields. And that's kind of the trade-off, is that we want to preserve our hull as much as possible. No. Turn off Artemis, turn on the burst lasers again. We're going to keep their weapon systems down for the moment. So far, so good. Haven't had a lot of hull damage to really worry about. Boom. Pirates. Hates them. See, this is even better. 14 scrap. So, actually, let's go heal myself up right now. So far, so good. Haven't been any real issues that we've had to deal with, which is good. You always want that in the first sector. You want the first sector to go as smoothly as possible. Let's see here. Purchase an unknown weapon for 40 scrap. Scrap black market weapons dealer. Unfortunately, since the goal is a level 2 shield, I'm just going to ignore this ship. I'm going to go to the exit. Pop out. This is going to be a fairly quick sector. Let's see. Long range beacon. Nope, nothing going on here. Alright. So, boom, 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 boom. Level 2 shields is exactly what we wanted for the first sector. Nice. Alright. NG controlled, Zoltan controlled. I'm tempted to go to the NG controlled for a couple of reasons. One is that their ships tend to be drone controlled, not what's the word? They have a tendency to be drone controlled ships and ion reducers. So if you can take down the drone control system quickly, like with a well-placed Artemis missile launcher, then their weapon systems aren't as dangerous. And sometimes you get some really bad configurations this early for their ships, like they just have an ion weapon and a defense drone, which means they can't really hurt you at all. So I think we're going to take full advantage of that. And then we'll have to go through some more hostile sectors later on. It's almost all hostile. That's interesting. But for right now, we're going to hit up the NG controlled system. So thank you very much for joining me. It's been that Catholic Gamer Dude playing FTL, and I will see you next time.